Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Parrott Bros. I'm Dom.
I'm Rob.
And today we are going to do the rear end accessories. Now, I say accessories, that's a pretty big must, having a fuel filler and a rear cover. So that's just to stop water getting on the diff fuel tank and everything else, basically.
I just remembered one thing. We got a boot box in the loft.
Okay, so we're going to cover the boot. What is the boot box that we haven't actually fitted? What colour is the boot box?
It's black.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah, standard.
Makes sense. There's no point being painted because you're going to be throwing stuff in there. So
it'll get scratched up. We
had already pre-drilled the hole. Now, the reason we pre-drilled, because we're having the cover usually, the way MK's manual says, guide says, is to have it a little bit higher than we've done it. Now, the reason for that is because where this pipe comes out of the fuel tank is actually quite high. So to get a nice sweeping 90 on it, which is not bad, I'll show you in a minute, is you don't want to go too tight. Now, we've obviously done it as low as we can because we don't want that cover we're going to fit in a minute to foul on the cap, because there's nothing worse than having it like that, because A, it will look weird, and B, you'll have to pop it off to get the fuel on every time, which is one of those.
Looking at that angle, we're not going to have much fun filling this, but
it's not going to take ages. It only takes 40 of these, isn't it? So
yeah.
I mean, the price now, you kind of want it to go slow, let's be fair.
Get your
Plus,
money's
to be honest, the nozzle will probably go in halfway down there anyway.
Possibly. So. I know when I had my Westfield, it took me a geezer, filled up his Range Rover, went in, paid, come back out. He's like, how big's your tank? I was like, it's just a nightmare. Just kept clicking out. So
what you're saying is we need to fill it with a jerry can every time?
I think so, yeah. We'll get a 20-litre race can, a lot easier.
So this is actually pretty simple. We're going to rivet this?
No.
Or screws?
No,
it's
it
nut
comes...
and bolt.
So in the box from MK,
yeah,
there's nut and bolts.
Oh, okay, nice.
Because
they'll be domed and whatnot.
And the most important thing, set of keys.
Set of keys, because it needs to have a lock on.
It does.
Does it?
It has to. I think it's lockable. Yeah.
Has to be so it doesn't fall out.
And it has a tether.
Yeah, so that's the rules in the book,
or
for the IVA. And then technically, once you've obviously drilled your holes, I mean, we use this as a template and just marked it, having this at the top, so we got a nice top and bottom straight. Is you're going to need 2 Jubilee clips and measure your pipe to length. We're actually going to need to shorten this a little bit.
Yep.
And just get a nice finish on both ends. I can actually take that off of. Let me take it out of the car.
We're also going to need to know what size Jubilee clips. So
yes, because they're not supplied, are they?
No.
So what size is that? I mean, obviously the Jubilee clips will give you 10mm either way minimum.
That's like 54mm.
Yeah.
So
just over 2 inch.
Yeah.
And then we can pop that in there. Looks nice, doesn't it, with the old black and carbon?
Yeah. Looks lovely, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Really smart.
Very nice. So we need to get that on first.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? We ain't got any Jubilee clips, have we?
Well, we should be able to. It's quite a tight fit, isn't it? It's not a loose fit.
Yeah, but are you going to spread the Jubilee clips out and then fold them back round afterwards, or do you want to do them?
Well, we could put a couple of bolts in it just now, and then
just to show everyone.
Yeah, go away
for the tube.
Yeah.
All right, no worries.
So if we
cut that to length, because it's going to be the right length anyway. I'll leave that on there for a minute. So we've actually got the spout taped, and I don't want to forget that we've got it taped, because then we're going to fill it up and we really won't be able to get any fuel in, because Rob's put tape on it to stop crap getting in there whilst we've been working in the garage. So that needs to be from. But it basically needs to go to nigh on. So how well over this does this go? It's probably the first thing. So it's snug. Doesn't help when you've got carpal tunnel, you can't hold on to nothing.
When you push it on, are you going to be able to get that out? Yeah. Okay. So if we cut it to maybe the back of the car.
How much can you push it inwards?
Do you want it all creased up?
That's what I'm saying though, is how much can we get away with? So if you cut it where the car is, that's going to give us. Yeah. Because on this, I'll show the guys while you mark it.
I'll get a Sharpie.
So on this, there is a shoulder, so it kind of goes to here. And all we've done is allowed an extra 10mm, so it's just got a tiny bit of movement in and out, not really a lot, and it won't foul the issue when we try to put fuel in. But that just gives us a tiny bit of flex, because it's going to be fun to push in, I think it's safe to say. You marked it?
Yeah.
Happy?
Yeah.
Perfect. How are we going to cut this?
I don't know.
A knife? Score it all the way around and then a pair of cutters?
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
That's how we do most things like that. Let's have a look at these. Oh, okay, I'm with you. Silver screws. Oh, man.
Domed head, are they?
Domed head. So we'll throw this on. Obviously, we're only going to fit a couple of these just so we can make sure it's right. So I've not got any Jubilee clips and we didn't plan far enough ahead to remember to get some. Standard. Standard. I would recommend with this, with any job to be fair with a kit car, if you're going to be doing this, is you want to be having a look at the next couple of jobs before you do the jobs, because there's always something you're going to need to get or you're going to need to check, or what do you reckon, Rob?
Yeah, I reckon
Bit of prep in it, bit of prep. There's always a bit of prep. You might need some clips that you might not be supplied with, or you may have forgot to order because you weren't really sure what it was you were actually ordering, or
what job you're doing.
Yeah, what job you're actually doing, or
Okay.
It's always helpful. And then I don't really know how we're going to do this. So we push that,
No.
move to the side a bit so they can see what we're doing. So that's kind of there. Do you reckon we need a little bit of summing on it?
I reckon if we do that one first,
that would make more sense.
then we can push it through the hole.
Yeah.
Do you want me to hold it?
I don't know how. Oh, that works. Yeah. This is where it goes tight and it becomes.
What could you put on it?
I don't know.
Bit of slippy slip.
Bit of slippy, but it's not going to affect the.
Tiny bit of silicone
Trying
grease.
to get over there, maybe, as long as it doesn't eat the. But then if this is good for fuel.
Yeah.
Actually, it should just spin on, because technically, that's shaped like
a corkscrew.
like a corkscrew, but it doesn't seem to want to.
I think let's get a bit of. Not really far on.
Not really getting anywhere, are we? Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, so sussed it. So you got to use your finger, grip it like that. You put your hand underneath, and then you're pushing up as you Swiss with your finger, and that allows it to get on there all the way to the top. Nice. We'll put your Jubilee clip round there, and then just feed her in and on. Does that go on? Oh yeah. Easy. So that's where Rob's playing there, and it's tight because obviously where the Jubilee clip's gonna be and the hoses is obviously right up against where you need to put the washers, so that makes it that much more fun.
Cool, that's
He's
all.
having a lovely time. Zoom out a bit. There you go.
We could take a little bit more off that, couldn't we?
Yeah, we're gonna have to take it off anyway to do the Jubilee clips. But if you put it on and just have a feel, see how you feel. Do you know what I mean? Maybe do a little dry fit once, and then see how you go.
Oh yeah, that looks nice, doesn't it?
It does. We go back to the back and we'll have a look. I'm trying not to touch the car with the old tripod. Oh yeah. So go on then, stand out the way. Let's have a look. Put it on, give us a fit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What colours do they do these in? Black and silver?
Black and silver.
There you go. How about that?
What else? I'm sure if you wanted a different colour, you could always, when we popped to GBS, do you remember they done machining and anodising?
Yeah, so you might be able to get different colours.
Possibly if you wanted a different colour, but black.
Has to be a certain grade of quality material, because obviously you're going to be putting fuel on it, so you don't want to have a painted one. Let me move you a bit closer.
That looks really nice.
What is the other job we're doing today, Robbo?
We are going to get the boot cover on.
Now, you've cheated a little bit, yeah?
I did cheat.
He got carried away, so while I was ill, he had a lot of free time, and he's already put the poppers on this side. How hard was it?
That was actually really easy. So once we'll have a little talk through of how we
put these on here.
How we got the holes in the positions.
Yeah, how did we do them? I wasn't here, so I don't actually know.
So this was all pre-prep for going off to paint.
So this already has the holes in for the head?
Yes, so for the seatbelt holes, they're already in.
Do you want to lift it on so we can show them?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll record them.
Yeah.
So
that's a good starting point, yeah?
Yeah. Obviously we had the roll cage on.
Just so it doesn't fall off. Yep.
So with the roll cage on, obviously.
Yeah, because this is cage specific, so it has this cut out here and a cut out there to take the cage.
So then I put two poppers, well, two rivets. I drilled two holes, put two rivets, just sat one in there to hold it there. And then I pulled it across.
So this didn't have any holes in?
No, this had no holes in.
Oh, okay, so you have fitted where they are. Okay, fine.
Yeah, so then pulled it tight, and then I have lined up.
Can we hold it sort of semi-tight without scratching the paint? Yeah, just about.
So then I lined up the two centre ones here,
And then worked out with the same
And then
distance.
I worked my way out with the same spacing.
Yep.
Round the corners, the same spacing.
Yep.
And then I've just done, I've just done 3 poppers, like
Yeah, to stop it flapping about.
one at each end and then one in the middle.
Cool. See what I mean here now? So this is, I don't know how low this is going to come, but it just misses the fuel cap. So it just looks nice.
Yeah.
So we've got, that's why I flip it like that, isn't it? So we have all these pre-drilled holes, so that's how Rob did it. How did you fit the poppers to this?
So in the kit, you get, with your cover from MK, you get a little poppers kit. And there's a couple of little tools in there. There's a little manual. I don't know if you'll be able to see that.
Probably not.
There's a little instructions. If it'll focus, I'm not sure. But basically the tools come in there. It's all in there. Tells you how to do it.
Yeah, you basically give it a whack, don't you?
Yeah, basically get a hammer,
Yep,
sit it in there, use that tool, and that flanges it out.
And then how do we do it on this end?
So these rivet on.
Okay.
You could nut and bolt it, but they're in like awkward positions.
Yeah, I was say you can't get that.
So-
I keep wanting to put my hand down there, but I know you've masticed it recently, so I don't want to do that. Now
So-
we've decided we're going to try a hand rivet first, even though Robbie has a powered one.
Yep.
It's a bit of a risky one.
The other thing we're going to need is some sort of maybe a bit of pipe or a bit of tube or something,
Yeah.
because you want the rivet pushed up tight against these poppers. So we're going to have to try and think of something for that.
Ah, you mean...
Because
Yeah.
otherwise that head won't fit inside the rivet.
Yeah. You got any little washers? So this is what a normal day in the garage is like when building a kit car. Everything, you know what you're doing, but it always takes a little bit of fettling to get it exactly right, because nothing ever seems to go 100% to plan. What did you just do? What broke? I see something shoot across the floor.
Yeah, I'd say that's good.
Yeah? Oh, has it worked? Let's have a
Yeah.
look. I thought you just shot it across the floor. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. Rob's face might take centre stage, but that's to get the rivet in there. Because the rivet actually sits inside and it's not quite flush, we just need something to fill the void between where the rivet sits and the top of that. And as you can see, it's mullered itself nicely underneath. So we'll try that.
I think that's an an
M4?
M4.
Yeah.
So I need
You
to
put it on the wrong end.
put it on the wrong
Helps
end.
if you
That
put it on the right
would
end.
help. So
And we're
that-
just going to pop all the way around. But yeah, handheld, because this is not, they're not big rivets. It's not going to give you too much carpal tunnel. Plus, if you stick the gun on and just bang it, it's probably just going to blow the little thing to bits. So, oh yeah, about 16 pumps. Oh, I see that went then. There we go. Just can't see. Something shot out of this side. What shot out of this side? I definitely see something come flying this way. Was that like the inside of the rivet hole?
Maybe. How's that sealed?
Let's have a look.
Oh, I don't think it's that good.
Yeah, it's lost the ball off the inside, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
Do we need to go longer?
Yeah, you got any longer ones? We're not having a good time. But no, this is the trial and error that we're on about, because basically, you know what you've got to do, but nothing ever seems to be. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Nothing ever seems to be. Bang! You do a job and we're like, God, that was easy. We don't say that very often, do we?
We don't. I
But
don't know if these were the long.
this is the bit you're meant to enjoy, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. So we do have a slightly longer ones.
You're meant to enjoy the build. This is the bit you're enjoying. It's not frustrating at all. It is solely enjoyable.
The only problem is I lost my M4 nut.
Ah. I've got more on the fuel cap. You just have
Okay.
to buy some more.
Yeah, it's fine.
They're nylockers. Nylockers. You don't really want to lose the bolt. You can lose the nut, but not the bolt. Maybe that's what...
The other way has to go head.
Right, so...
Oh yeah, that way.
I'll show 'em.
The nylock side.
This is your rivet. And then we've been sliding your nylock, nylock side. So we slide that down just to fill the void. Once it goes in here, I'll show you. See if I can show you. Rob's face goes out of it, we'll probably be right. So there's a little bit of a recess there. We drop that in, and that sits just below. So then we put the nut on, bit of engineering there, just to hold it tight. Because otherwise, if it's loose, it will never ever be tight. The rivet will go off, but it will forever wobble and be really annoying. So we'll try this, see how it goes. I'll put my hand there just in case it fires off again and we'll catch it and see what's going on. Yep, I can feel the riv hole.
Should we just try that now with the popper?
Yeah, try and pop it on and off and then
Just
we'll see whether we pull it out or not.
It did look like it moved a bit.
Ta-da!
Oh yeah, lovely.
Do you want to feel the underside? Try and unpop and pop it on a few times because obviously you want it to be able to last the time. Last thing you want to do is go to a car show and say, oh yeah, I'll just grab me bits out of the back and just go pop, 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 and then all you're left with is holes in the bodywork where you've pulled the thing off.
No, they're solid.
Happy?
Yeah, that's a better size. I don't know what
Yeah, so
size,
go for the longer one.
what size that is, but it's slightly longer.
Still got your caliper out?
Yep.
We'll give the people the information they need to know once Rob finds his vernier gauge, which he's lost.
I got it, I got it.
He's got his hiding it. So that's the length of the body of the actual rivet itself rather than the... What are they?
10 mil.
10 mil. Okay, cool. So that's just enough to go through the popper, the bodywork, and do the job that they're supposed to do. Because if they're not long enough, it won't swage out and hold itself in. So we'll crack on with this and we shall come back to you once we're done. And we're back. Now, we riveted every single one apart from the two that go into the side panels which mount to the...
It's like a metal plate.
The actual, the metal plate that goes across.
Yeah.
Which have been nut and bolted, this one, the front one, and then the back one was riveted because it goes into a hollow tube which you can't get at, the box. So that's just got a little nut and bolt in, which is a little, what, 4 mil?
I think 3 mil.
3 mil nut and bolt, so a little Allen key head. But once they're on with a nylock, so it can't shake itself loose because it will.
100%.
So nylock everything you can.
Let's see how we are, shall we?
Yeah, let's see if it fits, shall we? We haven't actually tried yet, so where do we start with?
I'd say start from the front.
You all right? We'll start from the front. Is it a race or what?
No, it's not like riveting the floor pan, mate. Okay. It's going to be tight though. Maybe the middle.
Yeah. Well, I've just done it so I fold the corner. It's like you're wearing a Parrott Bros t-shirt.
I know. Back to the camera all the time.
You'll get there. We'll make a YouTuber out of you one day. Oh, that one was tight.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a shame we don't have a cage.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
out.
yeah, but that's...
I think it's outside.
But that's what you want is tight. Where it's obviously been folded, there's a bit of a bump, but that will go away over time. Bit of sun bleaching on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it lines up with a cage.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, that looks
really
quite nice,
nice,
doesn't it? Like I said, apart from the bump, but that will go where it's been folded. Obviously, there's a line.
We'll just leave that on now, shall we?
Yeah, we'll leave it on taut for a little while. But it just doesn't want to. I mean, there's no.
It won't pop off on its own.
It's not just going to pop off on its own. So, and obviously this where the G forces are at the front, it can't lift anyway because you've got the poppers and it's round the seatbelt mounts.
I think it also does say on the manual to maybe put like a screw through there, but I haven't done that.
The only issue I see with putting a screw through any kind of fabric is if it moves, it'll rip its way in.
But then I was like, why would you put a screw there? Because you've got a popper on the side. But maybe.
I get it. If it holds up, you can always, worst case, you can always just kind of bend it down or put a bit of...
You could always put another popper like there.
Yeah, or put a bit of sticky gear in there or something.
A bit of Velcro maybe.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That is nice.
Shall we...
What do you think?
I love it. The black and the carbon and the blue. Oh, mate, that colour.
The arch.
You can't
I'll hold an arch on this side so it looks like we're almost there or thereabouts.
Oh, yeah.
Or should we go wide arch?
We're going wide, yeah. You need 2 of them.
I need a couple.
The problem is now, this camera is not doing the justice for this colour. That is amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't look too bad on camera.
Does it not?
Be honest. No, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah. It actually looks a lot lighter.
Yeah, so the problem is we've been trying to take photos to send to a couple of people, and it just doesn't quite look the colour it is. But in the actual looking at the screen here,
it looks alright.
It doesn't look too bad.
So all we got now is probably the boot box.
Yeah.
And then in a later date, when we get our rear lights on,
He's doing all the rear end.
I don't want to drill it.
That's what I was going to say. You don't want to just...
That just looks fresh, doesn't it?
Static off it where it's so new still.
And then we have got the cheeky big diffuser.
Yeah, but
that's
I don't know how we're going to deal with...
Oh, it covers it.
Oh, does it? It goes diagonally underneath. Oh, okay, cool. Well, that is the load cover and the, well, kind of fitted fuel cap.
Just need a couple of Jubilees.
Well, I'll put down in the description all the tools I've used and the parts you may or may not need.
Yep.
I think we can definitely give them a few little tips, can't we?
Yeah, tips and tricks.
But until the next one, guys, bye for now.